Alright, Baldur's Gate. This is the first game I ever played. I think I was 8 years old when I first started playing Baldur's Gate. So, yeah. I had it when it was in a big packet of six or eight discs. We're going to play as a Halfling Mage-Thief. Technically an illegal build, but I'm a big fan of it. I've been testing for a while and I'm really happy with how it plays. I'm going to quickly summarise what these classes are. So in short, a thief sneaks around. It's not great at combat, but they can do it. They're more about backstabs, using their bows to hit things, and setting snares. They're all about using the environment against your opponent. They're good at breaking up traps as well. That's the big thing. And we need to be able to do that. So, yeah, they're cool. We'll be playing a bounty hunter. Bounty hunters have special snares, also set traps more easily, and they pay for it by having slightly less skill points per level. So a pure thief would be more rounded in their skills, whereas a bounty hunter, well, I think this is a pretty good trade-off. I've tried all the different thief types, and they all play differently. Assassins, of course, can poison their enemies. That's really good against spellcasters. Swashbucklers lose the ability to backstab, which I find very sad, but they do get really good combat abilities. Not quite the same as a fighter, though, so yeah. But the Shadow Dancer, that's pretty cool. They can stealth in plain sight, so they've got some very nice abilities, but they can't set snares. Whereas the Bounty Hunter can do everything, still backstab and everything else, but has really good snares to set, so I'm a real fan of them. We're going to play Lawful Neutral. In truth, I'm actually going to imagine my character being neutral good, but Lawful Neutral gives us the right little pet, and I'll show you that shortly. I'm not going to spend all day doing re-rolls, because that is where the madness appears. In fact, what I'm going to do, I usually run... I'll do it again this time. I usually run with a kind of rule where 95 is my standard load, my standard score for this game. 95 is something that you can get often enough that it's worth rolling for. I've seen higher numbers. I once got a 99 and made a character off that. I figured 95 is my compromise, because I don't want to be here re-rolling forever and ever. Yeah, let's just quickly do some re-rolls. Yeah, see, you're here for days otherwise. Anyway, let's keep going. I'll edit this with a save editor, but you'll be able to see what I'm doing, so if you feel that's cheating, I totally get that as well, but this is how I like to play. I want to get into the game and not spend half an hour rolling for my character. I'm going to spread my skills relatively evenly for the moment, because I want to have good flexibility. Set traps is really powerful. I really want to put points in this, but I think being able to reliably sneak, keep us alive, yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag. I'm going to put them in stealth for the moment, and then we're going to really prioritize our snares, because 25% is really unusable. I think I'm going to put it in snares, actually. Okay. You can kind of save scum to get the set traps to work. Like, if you don't set the trap, you just reload. I want to avoid that if I can help it, but early on we're going to be really pushed. So we're playing solo on our own, which means we have to be really clever and careful and have good strategies. If we stuff up, we're dead quickly, but we'll level up quicker. So there's a benefit to playing solo, and I like it for what it does to the game. What should our voice be?
You got this coming!
Look, maybe not him.
Time for a bit of the rough and tumble. Ha ha! I'll lead 'em well.
I like this voice. I still can't decide whether it's Irish or Scottish. I can normally distinguish the two, but...
I'll need to be resting soon. I should get moving before the whole day is a waste.
yeah, I can't tell even now. But that is the voice my first character had when I was first playing this game as a little boy. And this game stuffed me up. I had the manual, I loved it, and I spent more time reading the manual than I did actually playing the game. And this is a cruel game. It was just playing it stock, but we're playing it with all kinds of nasty mods. SCS changes the system here, the difficulty. Enemies will use better tactics. Spellcasters will precast, which I think is quite good, because they have buffs on generally to respond to you. We get to buff, so do they. Different monsters have different abilities too. Some have boosted hit points, that kind of stuff. If the game is playing really easily and we're rolling through it, which I think is unlikely because we're playing a single Halfling rogue mage, I'll show you that in a second. We'll patch in that mage class. initially we're going to have a really tough go. Like, we'll be obliterated by things very, very quickly. But if the game starts getting easy, we'll ratchet it up to hardcore, maybe insane. This is not my bag. If you want to see someone play Legend of Legacy of Ball, I would recommend Devayon. His videos are excellent. Watching him play through, but he has a full party. We're going to go solo. We're going to play with item randomizer as well, so that gets rid of a whole lot of the good drops that give essential items early on. We're going to really crave some of those items, but they're not going to be where we want them. We have to go out and find them. So we're in for a tough game, but a fun game.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the Citadel.
Alright, let's try and get through Candlekeep relatively quickly. You've probably seen someone else play through this or played through it yourself. I'm going to just change our script over. So we hide in shadows, and I'm going to save here and go into EE Keeper, and I'll show you the edits that I want to do, and you'll see what I'm up to. Remember, our score we want is 95, so we're going to go 17 is the maximum strength a Halfling can start with, because we're Whittle. We have 18 intelligence, and we need to probably go 10 for wisdom. We may as well go down to 8, but I think that's kind of unrealistic. If you've got 8 wisdom, you probably didn't... Yeah, anyway. And we'll put the rest into charisma, so 13 points. Bum, 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 bum. Put an extra level here, and then we're going to make you a Mage-Thief. Again, this is an illegal build in the game, but a very interesting way to play. This is a survivor character. If you try and fight one-to-one with an enemy, you're in a lot of trouble. Just going to put some points here so that we can... this helps us streamline the leveling up system. We're actually patching a level in, so I want to make sure it clicks in. 100 XP just helps us with that. Memorization. We don't have any spells memorized. We should have that if we're playing a Mage-Thief, so I'll add the 3 spells we'd normally have. Inventory. Just going to quickly patch in some items for storage. This is probably the cheatiest part of it, but I think being able to carry multiple gems and not be constantly sorting things around is really, really useful. And otherwise I'd just be going back and forth through vendors constantly. I'm going to grab some scrolls too to start the game with. You start with 2 spells. So we're going to start with Find Familiar. Which gives us our little pet. And I'm also going to start with Sleep. Sleep is a great spell. And that's all good. That's all good. I think I haven't forgotten anything. I think we're good. Just want to confirm what I said. Yeah, Lawful Neutral. That's important because that determines what pet we get, and we want the ferret. The ferret has the ability to oh no, I got all these extra scrolls. I better dispose of them, or else we're gonna have too easy a run. We'll hide them over here, and if they're still here when we come back after our journey is over, then I'll grab them, but I suspect they won't be. Anyway. We'll run in, have a quick nap after talking to Winthrop.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
What to buy? Short bow. Dagger we should be fine for. I can get a really good dagger here before we go. Some bolts for a friend. Some arrows. Bolts go in crossbows. Arrows go in bows, of course. We're not going to grab any armor. That's all we need, I think. So... I will read off spells as we learn them and use them, so that we get an idea of what to do, what to roll with and how to play. If you want a really good spell breakdown, there's a website called playithardcore.com, and type Baldur's Gate in too, so you don't find anything too scary out there with a name like that. It describes every single spell in the game and whether it's useful or not. Some spells are really useful. Some of them you wonder why they were built that way. If you want to watch a video of someone going through the same sort of stuff, Devayon, again, does a great summary. So I highly recommend that. World is your oyster. And can't say enough good things about him. Cool. We've had our sleep. We can now cast Find Familiar. Watch our hit points. So we started with 8 hit points. We now have 14 because you have a symbiotic link with your familiar. The ferret I've picked because the ferret has, not really shown here, the ferret has really high pickpocket ability, or at least has decent pickpocket ability. That's the one skill we're not going to level up for a while, so we're going to be banking on that awesome ferret ability to pickpocket things and grab the items we need. There are some really powerful items early on that we'll make use of. Just noticing our script again is not doing what I want it to do, so we're going to fix that. Done and done. Let's see, over here, a dagger, and we've opened this lock. What's in here? Oh yes, infravision. An example of a spell that's not really very useful at all. We'll equip our bow. I really am rushing now, aren't I? I probably shouldn't be. Let's enjoy this game. We're going to sneak upstairs and be sneaky and thievery. Thievy. Let's have a look. 4 gold pieces. Every little coin counts. So the item randomizer, you won't see it affecting much in here, but out in the world you'll see it a lot. Magical items that you normally rely on finding very easily are just not available. Can we crack this? Doesn't look like we can. Can we crack this one? Oh, there's someone here. We cracked it, and we got a flame dance ring. They're quite valuable, but someone has noticed us. So we're going to have to wait here until we're hidden properly. Part of the reason why I wanted to have a higher thief skill, higher stealthing skill early on, because we want to avoid waiting around too much. There we go. Okay. Fire bead. What have you got?
Hard to find decent folk nowadays.
I'll try and give you enough time to read conversations by pausing, but typically I'm going to skip through stuff unless it's really important. He wants us to find a identify scroll, so we will do just that. Cool. Okay. So, Teth Torrel will be in here somewhere. We'll find him later on, but we'll just do all the quests in reverse. So normally you walk this way and do quests, and you get given a quest, and then the item will be down here somewhere. Doing Candlekeep backwards or counterclockwise is a bit faster, I find. But this is how you play the game when you've played it a million times before. Hey, Fuller.
I should have joined the army.
Any errands I can run? Yeah, he wants some crossbow bolts. Well, just turns out that I have them. But 10 gold pieces seems to be not a sufficient reward for the risk I took purchasing those crossbow bolts. I mean, if you think about it, I spent 1 gold piece on that, and then you only gave us 10, so I'm actually going to deploy my ferret. Boom. Ferret, my friend. Go and nick something off him. Okay, we're going to save scum that because we don't want to turn all of Candlekeep hostile against us. And save stomach. This normally doesn't take too many tries. Hey, we got some gold. Did we get anything else? There should be a second item there. Hey, that's good. So now we need to ask if we can get our item off the ferret. Hey, have you pickpocketed anything? But when I take things, they belong to me. Pretty please, I'll feed and pet you. Alright, thank you. So we got a gold piece and we got this magical dagger +1, which improves our to hit and damage. So it does +1 damage. So the way 1d4 works, if you're new to role-playing games like this, is you roll a 4-sided dice 1 time. So 1 to 4 damage +1. So damage should be, 2 to 5, which we see here. Thaco is an old term from the old kind of Dungeons and Dragons. Thaco is to hit at armor class 0. So it's actually Thac 0. I have heard someone call it Tahako as well, but that's never... Yeah, disregard that. This means that if someone had an armor class of 0, and then you rolled a 20-sided dice to roll your attack, you would have to roll 18, 19, or 20 to hit them. If you roll a 20, you always hit. That's a critical hit. And if you roll a 1, you always miss. But that's not a great number. We're not really an up-close fighter. We struggle against even the easiest enemies with this build early on. But we're going to have a massive power jump as time goes on. So you'll see. We'll have fun. Oh, did I grab this out of here? I think I did. Yep. So we start off pretty small and squishy, where even the smallest threat can take us out, and then later on we become quite tough.
I have a blade.
Hey,
with your
Carbos.
name on it.
Yeah, you match the description. Ah, he intends to stab us to death with a knife. Let's run away. See if we can hide. So stealth is pretty low, our skills are pretty low, but if we hide in shadows, there's a greater chance we will make it work. And if you notice, then we actually got 2 chances to hide because we're using the script to run that. It sort of runs every couple of seconds. Now we hit and did extra damage. We hit because attacks from stealth or from invisibility always have a higher chance to hit. That's true for every class. As a thief, we have a backstab modifier. Right now it's just ×2. You can get high up to ×5, and if you're an assassin at very high levels, you can be ×7. Although I never really saw the point. Normally, if you can hit someone for ×5 with any sort of weapon, they're usually pretty well cactus after that. Hello, Hull. We have your sword. I'm playing with this portrait mod, and I've always been confused by Hull. Hull always makes the sound like a female sort of sound, but anyway, questions abound. There's your sword. And now, you notice here too how Hull's grumpy and rude to us. Well, if you've got high charisma, then Hull is not rude, but yeah, anyway. Reaver, however,
Moradin's hammer.
Reaver is always rude, so forget that. A crapload of rats. Let's deploy the ferret. Ferret, go kill him. Man, the ferret is destroying enemies. Damn. So the ferret has multiple attacks per round, so against small, weak targets it could be quite useful. But I am never going to risk it out in the wild like that. I should say if our familiar gets killed, we lose 1 constitution permanently, which will drop our hit points down substantially. We really don't want this to ever happen. Tempted to buy some potions, actually.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
So with the item randomizer, you sort of find that in a lot of ways, you actually keep... You're not really buying weapons that you normally would have in the original because they're actually scattered out in the world. For example, like the Dagger of Venom is a great weapon if we ever find that. But it's actually hidden around in the world somewhere. It's not somewhere you can buy it. So your money more goes towards things like this. Items you can... consumables. And I'm normally a really stingy player, but I'm trying to learn to be better. So this is part of the idea. Playing solo with this sort of character, we really want to be using our items properly and taking boosts where we can. Another example is there's a potion here called the Potion of Clarity. I've normally sold this potion, but actually it's got some really useful abilities against enemies that are trying to charm us. And there are enemies fairly early on that will do that. So let's avoid that. We can't save it this time because I think a character is trying to catch up with us. I'm going to be really cautious here. I know the game a bit too well. I know when there's bad stuff coming. So Shank's also going to try and stab us, but I'm concerned that if we fight him... Let's see if we can sneak out of the way. Oops, nope. Okay, we're going to drop a sleep spell. So sleep has a really high chance to work. Today it doesn't because stuff is game sometimes. Can I sneak in that much time? No. A watch is going to help us out. Well, we miss out on the experience points because of we miss out on the experience points because the Watcher got them, but that's okay, it's only a couple. This well demonstrates the risks. I mean, that sleep spell I was pretty sure would have come off. It's actually The sleep spell has a, while I'm here, has a -3 saving penalty, which is really good when we use it. It means that when they have to roll, there's a greater chance that they'll fail their roll and fall asleep. And they go out for about 5 rounds a level. That's really powerful. Only works against lower level enemies. At the moment, that's everything. But yeah, you can see how when it goes wrong for our character, it goes very wrong very quickly. So our strategy is all about evading nasty fights like that and staying alive, fighting with advantage. In truth, what I should have done was run away and hit him with the bow. So, yeah. Anyway, where is Tethtoril? I'm going to sneak past here, see if we can locate Tethtoril.
Hey, it's me, Imoen.
Imoen's kind of like your sister. She's cool. She lives with you in the in this safe little castle, but she knows that Gorion and I, so Gorion's sort of like your stepdad. He fostered you in. She knows that we're leaving. She kind of wants to come with, but she can't. Yes, normally I will let you know which option I'm picking too. I'm skipping through these early conversations here, but when it matters, I'll be sure to read out things and give you an idea of what I'm thinking as I'm playing. Where is Teth?
Young one.
There you are. Thank you. Tethtoril has given us a scroll of identify. It's actually a pretty good scroll, pretty good spell to learn, but we're going to hold off on that. I'd much rather pick it up in the wild somewhere or buy it. We'll probably buy it from somewhere, I think. Cool. Okay, let's sell whatever we have here to Winthrop. I think we're pretty good anyway. Linkside gem. Excellent. I'm going to buy one more thing of arrows just in case. I'm considering buying armor, but I think we'll hold off. I think we'll go with what we have. We'll rest to heal. We slept for 2 whole days after our ordeal, so Gorion is still waiting for us. We'll roll through here and talk to Gorion. Yes, thank you. One moment.
The Lord of Murder shall perish, but in his doom he shall spawn a score of mortal progeny. Chaos will be sown from their passage, so saith the wise Alondo.
It's probably just some cute flavor text. It doesn't really matter at all. I'm sure it's not critical plot information or anything.
Oh, my child, I am glad I have found you.
We have to leave Candlekeep immediately. It's not safe here. Should not tarry for days and days and days, sleeping off my stab wounds. What could possibly harm us here? The place is a fortress. It's guarded beyond measure. Yes, but no matter how thick the mesh, one mosquito always finds its way through. Well, in this case, 2 mosquitoes did. You've convinced me. Where are we going anyway? Gorion has not decided. Maybe we'll hide out in the city of Baldur's Gate, where many people will hide us, or maybe out in the forests. But he has a few friends here and there. All right, let's go.
Listen carefully. If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them. Let's hurry, child. The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I'll explain everything as soon as there is time. Wait, there is something wrong. We are in an ambush. Prepare yourself.
You're perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man.
Alright, one badass wizard versus a whole party. 2 ogres, 2 archers, looks like a cleric here, and this scary dude in skull armor. Who do you think will win?
Get out of here.
Manus potentis paro.
The dawn is especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream.
Hey, it's me, Imoen.
Well, that was traumatic. We just watched, well, we saw from a distance our dad get cut in half by a nasty wizard. So I'm guessing revenge is on the table, is where we're going to be going with this story. But Imoen also snuck out. Now, this is a solo run, but if we press either option, even if we're rude and tell her to go away, she still joins. So we'll just have to quickly kick her out. Tempted to raid what she's got on her. What has she got? I'm going to say she donated some potions and stuck them out to us for our journey. And then she heads back to Candlekeep and she lives the rest of her life safely. What do you reckon? Thanks for that. Oil of Speed, really useful. Alright. I have actually seen people who play strict solo runs. What they'll do is they will charm or kill her or just run away or something to try and make sure that they don't get stuck with her. What am I doing? Reform party. Bye, Imoen. This always hurts a bit, so prepare yourself. Yep. We're a bad person for doing this.
Hello there.
Colstead. Can you help me? My foster father and I were attacked last eve, and I'm not sure where to go. I require whatever you can give. You will want to surround yourself with like-minded companions, lest you risk making enemies in your own party. Travelling alone is almost certain death. Well, that's what we'll be doing. Travelling alone. You'll notice we hide much better in shadows than we do out in the open in the bright day. We really want to avoid moving around without being stealthed this early because we have low health and there are enemies abounding. Like this Skibbling. Should be able to kill it quickly. We've got an overlay mod running so we can see it's got 4 hit points. Oh, that's a miss. That's a critical miss. We rolled 1. So no matter how good we thought we were definitely going to miss. Let's not get stuck in melee combat if we can help it. Let's put another arrow in him. There we go. Gibberlings are just about the easiest enemy in the game, so, you know, we can kind of risk fighting them up close, but, yeah. And sneak. Oh, fail. That's why I want to kind of boost our sneaking abilities as early as possible, because otherwise we spend a bit of time waiting every episode trying to get from A to B. And if I get impatient and risk walking around in the bright sunlight out in the open, then bad things happen to good people. Oh, this is a bit sad. There he is. What's Gorion got on him? Gorion had some money, a note, and a belt, a buckler sort of thing. A belt, sorry. We can't identify it yet, but if we don't really know what it does, it could even be cursed. I will let you scroll through and read this. So I think it's important that you do read it, but if I do, then you'll hear my speech impediment come forward, and you'll probably enjoy more reading it yourself. But just pause and have a quick read through what's here. Especially this last page here. Alright. We'll keep that note for later. Gold ring, coins, coins. Lovely. Alright, let's get ourselves sneaking again. There's nothing too nasty around here, but wolves early on are a massive problem. They've got more hit points and they move much faster than we do, and I think there might be wolves around this area. And they can kind of just spawn in out of nowhere. Ah, see this? Now normally there'd be a beautiful shiny diamond here, but the item randomizer, that mod stuffs that up. So we don't have that available to us. So instead we're going to... Did I search to the south or not? Let's just see if I did. Yeah, we'll be there in a second. I just want to make sure we search the south. We can quickly get to the high hedge. So I play with a fair bit of knowledge of this game. I've been playing it since I was a kid. Playing it well half that time. But
Oh, there, wanderer. Stay thy course.
I'm trying to avoid playing with too much pre-knowledge, giving me an advantage. So you'll see that come through in a little bit, actually. What a kind person this is. If thou wouldst pardon my intrusion, may I inquire which pertains to thee? I'm a bit desperate, actually. Do you know the way to the Friendly Arm Inn? I was told I might have some friends there. That I would. The inn is but a short distance to the north, and its doors are open to all. I have no doubt that thy friends shall be there, waiting with open arms. My sympathies for any hardships the road may have inflicted upon thee, though I am certain everything shall turn out for the best. This man seems to know more than he's letting on. Oh, we're not stealthed. We can probably duck out of vision if we're quick enough. You can kind of ride that if you're fast enough. And oh, by the way, we have auto pause in effect. If you want auto pause in your game, go to options, gameplay, auto pause. Highly recommend doing this. I played for years, smashing the spacebar the second I saw a bad guy. And we also have auto pause once a spell is cast. That's also a really good system to have. So yeah, we nailed that guy with a bow. Let's go back to stealth mode if we can. Yeah. Again, there's normally a ring of protection +1, which you would just love to have at this point in the game, wouldn't you? Alas, we are playing with item randomizer, and we do not have such kind things. We will have to earn our victories every time. Friendly Arm Inn. I'm just going to do one quick run down here. This might go badly, but I really like the idea of it going well. Sorry, forgive me this. This is more of an experiment. We might just revert this, but I was told that a character down here actually has good items. So we're going to sneak over and try and pinch his gear. Get him. Ugh. Disregard. Yeah, you stay with me.
Hello, pal.
Hey, Aodhan. How do you pronounce his name? Aodhan? 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 What's the most dangerous thing you've ever seen out here? An ogre. Killed the ogre, lost the party. I've had that happen to me in this game too. But yeah, we will actually be seeking out one of those ourselves shortly. So a little bit of pre-knowledge here coming into getting some items happening. So you can see on the radar we've got a wolf detected. The wolf's actually the bigger threat. It means I can't run away in this direction. So I've got to remember it's there and instead find a way to drag this big scary thing up here elsewhere. Ogre. You there, ogre. I'm going to try and put down some traps. Now, with traps, there's a chance this will just fail. Like that. Which means we're going to save scum initially to make sure it doesn't fail. We need to be able to trap this space. Good. Ooh, who are you? An Xfart. Or Xfart? Oh no, we can't have that happen. Okay, we need this trap to deal with the... oh no. The ogre. Kill him now. Oh, what? We could be killed by Xfart. That would be so embarrassing. It's very possible too. One bad roll and we're cactus. Early on, we're going to just be hopeless in hand-to-hand combat. Thank you for that. So, now we need to put the next snare down. They can sometimes fail and cause damage, so it's very possible this will kill us to do this. Oh, come on. I just want to be able to kill this ogre. Sorry about the save scumming. I should set some kind of limit, shouldn't I? So many attempts. I think we're going to try twice more, and if not, we're just going to say it couldn't happen. Once for good luck. No, no good. No. Okay, well, that will possibly slow down the ogre anyway, and that'll really help us out. Now, I know we've got half health, well, close to half health, but against this target, it doesn't really matter. One hit from this ogre, and we are gonskis. We've had it. So we're going to take him out with arrows and a sleep spell. Hey, we got him. Get in and shiv him. He's got a fair few hit points though, so there is a slight chance that we might not kill him outright in time. And if that happens, you'll see me move really, really quick to get my character away from him. 16 hit points. Ugh, running a bit close. Run away! Run away! We should be able to outspeed him. Ogres are slower than the normal walking speed. Okay, how many more hit points do we have? 13. An arrow. A magic missile. Nope, that's not good. We have to hold for a couple of seconds before we can fire. Let's just break line of sight with this guy. Hopefully we can get away. Oh, it's not good. We don't want to run into more bad guys too. Because bad things will happen to good people if we do. I don't like this at all. Let's see if we get stuck in the trees maybe. We should be able to sneak out away. Sneak. Tempted to try a backstab. The problem with the backstab is if we miss, he'll hit us really, really hard and kill us in one shot. Where is he going to, do you think? Okay. Pour arrows into this guy. I really wish you wouldn't miss like that, you know, when it's a huge target and he's going to kill us if you miss. I could pop a oil of speed and make this a whole lot easier. No, we can do it. We'll fight him the way the Mongols did. We run and we shoot. Oh, there's a small child here. That's not good. Well, hopefully the ogre is more angry at us than the small child. I'm going to feel bad if we get a kid killed. One more here, come on. Hey, we did it. Some good items too.
Hey.
And out. Okay, so tensions are rising between our nation and the nation to the south, Arm.
You funny looking.
What do we have here? Anything good? Alright, well, we've done all we had to do. I'm going to just unlock this over to the side here. It'll make our travels easier later on. I'll probably save once we get to the friendly arm in and make the cut there. I'm trying to make these relatively short episodes. That way if you have to go away and do important things in your life, you're not worried about whereabouts in the episode we got up to. You just know you're on episode 1, 2 or 428. It's a fairly long game, so yeah. Cool. I'll make the cut here. Thank you for watching. We're going to run into the Friendly Arm Inn, do a couple of small quests, get some more, survive the Destroyer of Dreams. I'm sure if you've played this game before, you know exactly what I mean. There's a uncomfortable fellow up ahead. I hope you'll join me for the next one. I'm pretty new to making YouTube videos, so constructive criticism definitely welcome. And yeah, I'll see you guys for the next one. Catch you next time.